friends, new and old, and welcome to the Roast and Toast podcast. We are your hosts, 2/3, Philip and Jennie.
Yes, 2/3. David is still out of the campsite. We miss you, David.
Yes, we miss you terribly. Welcome you back soon as available and not on assignment, I believe is the correct term for that. Yeah, on assignment. He is actively right now at your nearest campsite, marshmallowing and fluffing out, if that is such a thing. So
yes.
We will see him when we see him. But my good googly moogly, does not pertain to anybody in the world, but I've gotten a new recording arm. I feel like an official podcaster with my microphone recording arm.
As we're recording, I'm watching you and I'm like, what's happening over there?
Yes. And I left it to the last minute to actually adjust it. So here I am trying to adjust it. And then what do we know? It's falling down right when least convenient to me. So anyways, that's not what's important. What is important is, Jennie, since last we talked, I have been dog sitting for a while. I have a dog, in case anybody in the podcast community did not know that. I have a dog. However, currently he is staying with my grandmother. My grandmother suffers from memory loss. And as such, he's something of a therapy dog. He's more than just what people say of like a therapy dog to get them on airplanes for free. He's he's closer to being an actual therapy dog. And so anyways, currently we're dog sitting him for a little bit while he recuperates. But anyways, it's been a while and it's my girlfriend's first experience with owning a dog.
Yes.
And luckily for all parties involved, he's been saving all of his poops. Every single one of them to a 2 to 3 thing for her. Yes. And it's been unintentional. We've actually tried to plan it out. It feels like, like a pregnancy planning where we're just trying to map out the food, when to put it out, where to, we're trying to make it so that way it doesn't all fall on her. And no matter what we do, no matter how we go about this, he will it's not even a behavioral issue. For whatever reason, he'll go whenever he needs to go. But again, at a 2/3 ratio, she's getting the majority of the poops. It's incredible. It's incredible how comfortable she makes him feel. So besides that and giving a dog a bath, which is always an experience.
Oh, always.
It's been quite the week. Jennie, have you had any dog picking up things going on in your week?
Well, I always do every week because a part of my daily routine is managing and taking care of 2 dogs. That one is my parents' dog and one is my grandfather's dog. And there's plenty. They're very generous. I'll just put it that way.
They don't hold back when they have all to give.
No, they're both senior dogs and they don't give a
no, they keep
actually,
giving it.
on the contrary,
Exactly.
Anyway, enough about bodily function. I went and saw Justin Timberlake in concert this week.
Whoa! It's like we're looking in a mirror here. Yeah, wow. Did I hear correctly? Does he end with that song?
Yes, he does.
Yeah. I always find it fascinating, the playlists that artists have, especially depending on where their range is, right? Like for Taylor Swift, it almost doesn't matter what she ends on because you're getting, whenever she's been on this Eras tour, she goes like 2.5 hours of just her. And at that point, it doesn't necessarily matter what you want. And if you're a Taylor Swift fan, you pretty much know the entire anthology of her career and everything else. So it doesn't necessarily... But me and my younger sister Beth, who was on last week's pod and is coming back this week for the game, we went to go see Lizzo, and I thought it was a complete scientific miscalculation of how she set out her playlist when she got her biggest hit that I thought she was going to save to the end. She did that in song number 2, and then the rest of the thing, I was listening to songs I didn't know. Some of them I didn't care for. And had nothing really to look forward to. There was one she saved. Man, great till you gotta be great. I forget what that song is called, but anyway,
Truth Hurts.
Truth Hurts. She saved that for the end, and I was like, I think that's a completely inappropriate song for an end. There's no upbeat particular in that. Anyways, I'm sorry. Back to Jay Tizzle. I don't know, whatever we want to call him, the Timberlake.
That works.
How How was that? How was that? Was he still going across? Was he still shuffling, still moving as well as he always does?
Yes, he is still shuffling. I mean, the man's only in his 40s, so he's still got plenty of
Riz left.
dancing and singing and riz to give. Yeah, he killed it. This is my second time seeing him, and
Oh
it's
wow.
been over 10 years because the last time I saw him was on the 2020 Experience tour. And he did a good job with this current tour of balancing all of his previous albums, obviously highlighting the ones that made him super famous, the originals, the OGs, the justifieds, if you will. He didn't really bother to dive into some of the newer stuff. Like he did his current album, but he tried his best to pick the favorites from each album, and then he did some songs from his current album that he was touring with. It was a good time. And also, it's always worth seeing JT because not only is he talented, but I love every single artist that he always has with him on tour. The Tennessee
Oh, who did he
Kids,
tour with?
they
Or at least
always
on your
slap.
leg?
Oh, he didn't have an opener. He usually hires a DJ because he sings. He has so much content. He doesn't really have to have an opener. He could
That's
just
true.
sing for 3 hours with no problem. But well, the DJ was amazing actually. But I was going to highlight his band and his background singers.
Yes, yes. He usually
They
brings like a little
are
like
incredible.
yeah, he brings like a whole like orchestra almost, right? And behind him,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, like a
Very nice.
10-piece band. Like he has a full orchestra. He's
Very
great.
nice.
He's awesome.
We look forward to having you on the pod, Justin. Next
Yes.
time you drop by, we'll talk with you and get more in depth with your 10-piece band and see just how you indeed brought sexy back. We welcome back this week to the podcast somebody, I guess, would you be considered my sister?
No.
No.
I actually don't know you.
So. Right, yeah. Some would say my sister. Others would say her name is Beth. I call her Beth as well. Welcome, Beth. Welcome back.
Howdy.
Hi, Beth.
Friend
Hello.
of the
Howdy,
podcast.
howdy.
This is like your second time on, huh?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't count, so I don't know.
First time with Jennie, so welcome for that interaction. However, I know you pretty well. Jennie knows you pretty well, but even for the folks at home, let's make sure that we get a sense of who you are and really introduce you to the world as your true self. So, my question to get to know you a little bit better here, Beth.
Okay.
What is your earliest memory of me? And I don't know the answer to this, so it could be either really bad or really good. Probably more likely really bad because that's probably
when you went to ASU first, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I remember. Okay, so it was probably a summer day because I was not in school. I remember Philip, I don't know what he was doing. He was like probably on his phone or something. And then he left his room and he had a TV in his room and I did not. So I was like, And so I snuck in and then I found the channel to see SpongeBob and I watched a couple episodes. And then I had this camera where I'd take videos of SpongeBob. So that way, if I ever wanted to watch SpongeBob again, I could. And then Philip walked in and I don't think he was like mad. He was just like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm watching SpongeBob. And then I believe we watched SpongeBob together. And I still recorded it.
Isn't it amazing? I have no recollection of this. And what amazes me is that we didn't have cable, so I really don't know how I was watching SpongeBob unless it was like on Netflix.
Early days.
Yeah, it must have been early Netflix because that's the only thing I can think of.
Channel 37. Channel 37.
Yes, absolutely. So Friends or whatever it is that we're watching on SpongeBob, Tie Your Shoe, I Ripped My Pants, The Krusty Krab Patty.
Eat your chocolate.
Chocolate.
Chocolate!
We've got that as a core memory. I'm very glad. That's very nice. Okay. Jennie, what's your question for Beth?
Beth, my question for you is, since we kind of have a driving themed collection of episodes, the last few episodes, I wanted to know if you by chance had a favorite road trip story or a favorite story from a time when you were driving.
When I was driving?
Or whether you were being a driver or if you were being a passenger, either one.
I think Philip was on this road trip with us. It was my mom, Philip, and I. We went to New Mexico, and I was not allowed to have gum as a kid. And so, like when you like change elevation, you chew gum to help your ears pop. So my mom gave me a pack of extra bubble gum. And the road trip is like 8 hours. I chewed the whole pack before we made it there. And I just can't have bubble gum anymore. It like ruined it for me. My jaw was so sore, but I really had a good time because it was a new thing. I was like, yeah, this rocks. I can have gum, which
yeah. It's always nice to have a new experience of something that is so innocent like that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Did it ruin that experience for gum for you or just that flavor?
Just the flavor, because I love chewing gum.
Yeah. That's what I'm worried about. Because how sad if you don't like any gum at all, but it's just that flavor.
Yeah, it's just that flavor. Like of bubble gum, it's, like when you open up a fresh pack of gum.
That fresh gum smell.
Yeah, like I can't. I just can't. I can't do it anymore. But I think I kept offering you gum, and you're like, no, I don't think you're a bubblegum person. You're more mint.
Yeah, especially. Oh yeah. If it's like regular like pink bubblegum, I don't do that very well. Like even I think some like toothpaste places offer bubblegum as a thing. That stereotypical bubblegum flavoring is not for me. It's pretty.
I've matured now.
Yes,
we're on to mint now. Yes,
mint. All right. Delightful. Love that. And let's move on to the game, ladies. To pair with our sister episode of last week where we reviewed Furiosa, a post-apocalyptic world-based movie, I have a game set all about the post-apocalypse and various things that have covered it, whether it be a movie, book, game, you name it. It's a game of multiple choice, so we will go in order back and forth. First to 5 answers correct will win, and then sudden death after that, if needed, ladies, if needed. Are we ready? Here we go. Jenny,
vroom,
we will not start with you first. We'll go with Beth first.
That's fair.
Here we go.
Yippee!
In the game and now successful TV franchise Fallout, what do the survivors use as their main form of currency? Is it A, caps, B, cards, C, cigarettes, or D, coupons? Beth.
I would like to think it's cigarettes.
Beth goes with C.
Coupons seems a little fruity, and I like it.
Okay.
Enough for Fallout.
And Jenny.
Let's see. It could be anything because post-apocalyptic, you think that there's obviously cash loses its value. It had to be something that's easily accessible all the time. And part of me wants to say that would be caps, bottle caps.
So you're going with caps. Mm-hmm. One of you is correct, and Jenny takes the early lead with caps. It is indeed Nuka-Cola caps is their form of currency and what they exchange in order for something. Else. What kind of infection causes the apocalypse in The Last of Us? Is it A, bacterial, B, fungal, C, viral, or D, parasitic? Jenny goes to you first.
It is 100% fungal.
She's going with B, fungal. Beth?
I have to agree, it is fungal.
It is that funny guy. Exactly, it is fungal. Jenny has 2 points to Beth's 1. We'll go back to Beth here. Who is the main protagonist at the start of the Walking Dead TV series, Beth? Is it A, Daryl Dixon, B, Rick Grimes, C, Carl Grimes, or D, Shane Walsh?
Ooh, some of those sound familiar. I'm going to go with Shane Walsh.
She's going with Shane Walsh. Jenny, do you know? And what is the answer?
I have a little bit of bits and pieces of like images in my head from Walking Dead because I was never an avid watcher of the show, but my family, they were a pretty big fan. We'd always go visit their exhibits at Comic-Con. I'm pretty sure the original main character of this franchise is a guy who I think he's a sheriff, or he was a sheriff at one point. I think it's Rick Grimes is the right answer.
Rick Ross is the wrong answer, but Rick Grimes is the correct answer. making Jenny having a 3-1 lead. Beth, for the family, what are you doing?
I'm crying.
You're crying.
You can't see it, but I am.
We're going to go with you first, Jenny, so that way from here until Beth can catch up at least, and we'll see if that helps out Beth a little bit. Jenny, who is the author of the Hunger Games series? Is it A, Suzanne Collins, B, J.K. Rowling, C, Veronica Roth, or D, Stephanie Meyer?
It's definitely not Stephanie Meyer. That's a different apocalypse. I'm sorry, Stephanie. Love you, you local gal. So,
right.
Yeah, she is. Stephanie Meyer is, fun fact, listeners, a local of Arizona.
Yeah.
I think she's Mormon too, actually. I don't know why that's relevant to this. Anyway.
Too?
She's also, I think she's Mormon.
Oh, I thought you meant Mormon as in like you're Mormon. Like she's one of us, like one of the Mormons. I was like, Jenny.
Oh no. I am not Mormon.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on though.
Moving on from the Mormons. Get away from Utah, Jenny. That's not our safe space.
Orlando. Anyway, the answer. I just watched the Hunger Games franchise recently, actually, because I watched the new movie. I think it is Susanna Collins, whatever, a variation of that name. Yes.
Yes. Okay. She guessed Shoshana Collins. Beth, where are you going?
What was A again?
A is Suzanne Collins. B is J.K. Rowling. C is Veronica Roth. And D is Glistening Vampire.
Oh. As appealing as it is to go with Glistening Vampire, I have to agree that it is A, Suzanne Collins.
It is indeed Suzanne Collins. You both sniffed it out, making Jenny 1 point away from taking this home and ruining our family legacy.
I'm locked in.
Okay. All right. Here's one that I think neither one of you knows, so it could be a coin flip. Jenny, again, we'll come to you first. Who directed the movie and upcoming sequel bait, I Am Legend? A, Francis Lawrence. B, Steven Spielberg. C, Michael Bay. Or D, Guy Ritchie.
Oh, wow. This definitely does not scream a Michael Bay flick to me, personally. Nor does it scream Steven Spielberg. I'm going to say it's either one. It's the first one or the last one, for sure. I want to say Guy Ritchie. That's where my instinct's telling me to go. So Guy Ritchie.
Beth, you cannot pick Guy Ritchie.
Okay.
If you want to be strategic about this.
Let's see.
Is that an answer for C?
No. Oh. What was the first person?
A is Francis Lawrence. B is Steven Spielberg. Or C is Michael Bay. Those are one of your
I'm going to go with A, just because I don't think it's Steven. Not Steven.
Steven wouldn't do us like that.
No.
Not our Steven. He's still on West Side Story. One of you is correct. And Jenny, your perfect score streak is over. Beth has crawled back to a 3-4 deficit. It was indeed Francis Lawrence. My goodness. Very, very close.
It's okay. Tight race here. Tight race.
Very tight race. This is either an all-in or all-out thing. I don't know if you've seen this movie, Jenny, but if you have, then here we go. In the movie Snowpiercer, what is the Snowpiercer? Jenny's face is a visual buffet of emotions right now. Oh my gosh.
It's all about the journey, right?
It's all about the journey. Jenny, your option A is A, a spaceship, B, a train, C, a submarine, or D, an aircraft. In the movie Snowpiercer, what is the Snowpiercer?
I'm pretty sure it's a train because I remember, I've never seen this movie, but I know that a lot of it has to happen indoors because of the climate. And I think that's one of the only methods of travel they have available is the train. So there's like one main transportation, or there's something about like a moving vehicle they always have to be in. So I want to say it's a train.
She says train. Beth, you can pick a train.
I'll be honest, I have no clue. But my logic behind choosing an aircraft would be, there's snow and it's snowing. Imagine the snow. And then the aircraft is piercing through the snow. And they thought they should make a movie about it. So I'm locking in with aircraft.
Beth goes with D, an aircraft. But Jennie takes home the win. Not a perfect score, 5 out of 6. But indeed, the Snowpiercer, starring Chris Evans, a hunky Chris Evans, mid-Captain America
Chris
run.
Evans?
Chris Evans, yes. It's actually quite a good film. I rather enjoyed it. Snowpiercer is indeed a train. Let's go for a few more questions that I had, just since we have some extra time. That was congratulations, Jennie. Not to take away from your victory.
You.
Congratulations. Not about Furiosa, but for Mad Max Fury Road, how many Oscars did it win? Let's go with you first here, Jennie. Is it A, 3, B, 4, C, 6, or D, 7?
Well, I do want to apologize to Beth because I do have a major advantage on this question as I did research for the previous episode. It is 6. 6 Oscars.
It is 6. Beth then also knows 6. Let's see. I have I have 2 other ones. I'm curious. You guys both saw this, I think, earlier. You both have seen this movie. Let's go to Beth first. I think she might know. Which district does Katniss represent in the Hunger Games?
Oh.
Is it A, District 10, B, District 11, C, District 12, or D, District 13?
I'm going to go with C, District 12.
Jennie.
District 12.
District 12 is the correct answer. You both know your Hunger Games. Let's see. Neither one of you would know this, I'd imagine. Which city does the outbreak start in World War Z? I have not seen it. Have either of you guys seen it?
World War Z? No, I have not.
Yeah,
that's World War A, though.
Yeah, that's one that skipped my purview. I think it skipped a lot of people's purview. God bless you, Brad Pitt. Is it A, New York, B, Philadelphia, C, Chicago, or D, Miami? Let's go with you first, Jen.
I mean, every good apocalypse movie, I feel like always starts in New York because it just seems like a classic location where everybody travels through or from all over. So, New York.
I like cheese, so I'm going to go with Philadelphia.
Great answer.
And the cheesy answer wins. Philadelphia would have been the correct answer there.
Interesting.
I would like to see a zombie outbreak in Miami. That feels just like everything's already weird. And also, I feel like it fits thematically. But I feel like then you can also add twists of like zombie Crocs. You know, and I'm not talking about the ones that we wear on our feet. I feel like there's a lot of potential.
There's a lot of great voodoo movies that come out of Florida and New Orleans, but
absolutely.
But no zombies. Not yet.
And last one, which company developed The Last of Us? Let's go with you, Beth. A, Dirty Dog, B, Naughty Dog, C, Bad Dog, or D, Stinky Dog?
I'm going to go with Bad Dog.
Always right over there. I told you we're dog sitting him earlier.
I'm sorry.
Jennie, how about you? Are we going with which company developed The Last of Us? Dirty Dog, Naughty Dog, Bad Dog, Stinky Dog?
I'm pretty sure it's Naughty Dog.
It is Naughty Dog. Did you say Naughty Dog? You said Bad Dog.
Bad Dog is a clothing line.
Ooh.
That's bad.
That's rough. Harkening back to an episode 2 and 3 weeks ago now. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jennie. Again, victory lap. Take your applause. Take your bow. Congratulations.
I'm taking it.
Beth, you disgraced the family. You are exiled to...
No, she did not.
You are exiled to the shame corner in the house, in the family household, where you will be... Corner? Yeah, we have a shame corner where popcorn is thrown at you. Not popped popcorn, just the kernels.
Just the kernels? Oh,
in the sauce.
Yeah, and the butter. The butter is...
Oh, no, it's even worse.
It's a shame corner. It's very shameful.
Yeah.
Enjoy that, Beth. Enjoy your time out. And Jennie, congratulations. I hope you're happy with yourself and you as well, Beth.
Thank you.
Ooh, baby, that slaps. Bringing you another weekend that slaps thing where we bring you the best media that we have discovered that is associated with the episode, what have you, just something that we think that we liked, that we think you will like. I finally got into Billie Eilish's new album. I'm not all the way through, and I'm probably going to mispronounce it. Chihiro from Billie Eilish is quite good. Chihiro, yes. I quite enjoyed it. It's a beat. I'm not a big fan all the time of Billie Eilish's stuff. I like it more when she just straight sings as opposed to kind of does her own flair on stuff. But this is the perfect meld for me, where it introduces her flair, her production quality, along with her vocals, and everything else. I really enjoyed it. What I don't enjoy is the way that the album is laid out in all caps, and then everything, all the lyrics are under caps. Just grammatically, a nightmare for me. Just every
trendy.
Time. I cannot look at it. I just listen to it. I hate it. But the song itself slaps. Billy, keep that stuff up. Don't keep up your artistic vision. Grammatically, please stop it. That slaps.
Well, this might be a roast and toast first, because you and I are slapping something from the same album today.
I think that is a first. I mean, this is the closest we come to slapping the same item, certainly. But wow, way to go. Okay, Jenny, where did you go on this album?
So I actually haven't had the chance to listen to the album in full yet, because I'm only I get bits and pieces. But I've mostly hit the first half of this album. And there's just something about Birds of a Feather.
I did like that.
That does it for me. It's a good song. There's just something that sometimes Billy's stuff can come off a little aggressive, which I like sometimes. It really depends on the mood. But for some reason, Birds of a Feather just floats. And it just makes my heart happy and blush. So Birds of a Feather, that slaps.
No, that's not my dog, Elway. That is the wolf howling in the distance, letting us know to put away our marshmallow puff and to close up tent for the night. But before we do, we have a few thank yous to get to first. First of all, I would like to thank my sister Beth for coming on to the pod. Appreciate her time and ability to come on. Thanks, Beth, even though you are in the shame corner currently. Thanks to
Beth.
Cass and... Yeah, thank you, Beth. Thanks to Cass and Crossland and Jake Corling for the music you hear on the show, as well as thank you to Ryan Ardell and Josh Hans for a lot of the audio bits you hear throughout the entirety of the show.
Thank you to Rudy Chuck for all of your wonderful graphics that you get to see on all of our social media.
And thank you to you, the listener, for listening in. Yes, you right now listening here. Please go to our Instagram on Roast and Toast Pod. You can find us across all social media platforms, pretty much all of them at least, by Roast and Toast Pod. That's Roast and Toast Pod, all one word, all lowercase. None of this Billie Eilish grammatical stuff, just all there. Pretty easy for you. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, even YouTube, and pretty much anywhere you find any and all of your favorite podcasts, except for Pandora. Why? Because screw you, Pandora.
So why is it we never get 2 tributes from District 14? Oh, we don't speak of District 14. It's just a colony of bears. It's where the capital's honey comes from.